Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome back to I Love a Hoarder. I'm your host, licensed acupuncturist, reluctant storage unit spelunker, and emergency beanbag chair logistics manager, coming to you from sunny-ish Los Angeles, where dreams go to sweat and hoarders stack boxes on my porch like booby traps. Now, if you're just tuning in, and bless your heart for skipping 8 perfectly good episodes, here's what you need to know. I live with DingDing. DingDing is my partner, my great love, my occasional migraine. She's also a fantastic cook and a world-class hoarder with the aesthetic instincts of a magpie who just discovered Etsy. Living with a hoarder means never knowing if your Tuesday will involve laundry or accidentally catering a party for a pop diva in crisis using vintage beanbag chairs and anxiety. Which brings me to this week's episode, a groovy kind of hoard. So, picture it. Tuesday. Hot. Quiet. I'm at home, counting the notes in Beethoven's Emperor Concerto and assigning each one a unique color. Because when you've got OCD, even lunchtime becomes synesthetic hell. Suddenly, a call from DingDing. Now, she never calls during lunch service at her little restaurant. Texts? Sure. Updates like, soup too spicy, am I sabotaging myself? Or, customer said Pod CU cured her depression, should I charge extra? But a call? Something was up. I answer, and what I hear is the unmistakable sound of a woman on the edge of a nervous breakdown and a grease fire. She says, all in one breath, Lady Pop Diva just came in. Huge order. Beverly Hills party. 70s theme. Caterer arrested. They have a full bar, but they need food. Atmosphere. Music. Needs lava lamps. Needs beanbag chairs. Help! I ask, who's the celebrity? She whispers, because of course she does. Can't say. NDA. But it rhymes with... Sorry, listeners. I had to sign an NDA too, so don't hold it against me. But you know, everybody's got to eat, so what does it matter? My job in that moment is not to ask questions. It's to get my DingDing off the ledge and back in the kitchen. So I say, DingDing, deep breath, say yes, we can do this. And she says, but it's for 350 people, 60s theme. They want incense, tie-dye, nostalgia. I don't have enough staff. I don't have beanbag chairs. I only have one lava lamp, and it smells like the wig bin at the Goodwill whenever I plug it in. But here's the twist, dear listeners. DingDing does have beanbag chairs. 18 of them. And lava lamps? Oh boy, have we got lava lamps. She bought dozens at a flea market in 2011, just in case. They've been sitting in a storage unit in a building so old it predates Google Maps. DingDing, I say, remember your doomsday decor bunker downtown? I think this is your moment to shine. But those are my private belongings. Nobody can touch those. Miss DingDing, I say, those stop being your private belongings when you agree to cater the party. I'll get a U-Haul. Give me the address. And so Operation Celebrity Crisis begins. I order tables, tie-dye linens, a roulette table, and 24 battery-operated mirror balls from a party supply, all to be delivered within 4 hours. I call my friend Josh, who's in a 60s cover band that can actually play on short notice. Bless them. They were scheduled for a bowling alley in the valley, and they were thrilled to cancel. I call in all the restaurant staff and their aunts and uncles. They will be passing the hors d'oeuvre trays. Even Sopa shows up, the dishwasher who claims he's retired and only comes in for funerals and karaoke nights. And the crowning touch, I order a golden go-go dancer's cage on a platform from a prop house in Burbank. Everyone shows up at the Beverly Hills compound. 80-year-old Chinese men and women in tie-dyed headbands, impromptu frilled vests, and sunglasses ready to work the floor. And me? I arrive with a U-Haul filled with a mountain of beanbag chairs and 28 lava lamps of all colors and sizes. And there's cases of jingling belly dancer jewelry, because DingDing hoards belly dancing jewelry. Don't ask me why. By 5 p.m., DingDing has arrived and is in full general mode, barking out orders like Julia Child with ADHD. The wok station is a war zone of lemongrass and panic, chicken satay by the pound, spring rolls, pad thai, mango sticky rice like we're feeding a UN delegation of stoners. It's all been packed in those shiny metal warming trays that look like NASA designed them for buffet lines. DingDing rides shotgun, carries a tray of tofu skewers like it's a newborn baby. The band pulls up in a beat-up van that smells like patchouli and bad career choices. The staff looks pretty, well, I was going to say funny, but they were pretty cool in their tie-dye and headbands. DingDing sports a yellow fright wig and a miniskirt. She smells like Hello Kitty. One of the on-site groundskeepers leans into me and says, "So is this person trans from he to she, or trans from she to he?" I smile back. "Why, yes." Tables get covered in tie-dye cloths. Brass incense holders arranged like we're prepping for a seance with Janis Joplin. Lava lamps bubbling, beanbags in psychedelic conversation pits. And honestly, it looked amazing. DingDing's got a flair for chaos as aesthetic. The food smelled like heaven. The lighting was groovy. The band kicked off with California Dreamin'. And I swear, even the moon looked impressed. Oh, and yes, there was Granny Notoporano, the spirited little Filipino grandma who spent the entire evening in the go-go cage and who became the unofficial queen of the party. She wore a denim miniskirt over purple leggings paired with a wig borrowed from DingDing, one tied up in a high ponytail that seemed to have a life of its own. She was like a Teletubby on crack. Granny was an absolute hit with the crowd. People couldn't get enough of her, and she even booked a bar mitzvah. Now, what I haven't mentioned is that the pop diva shows up mid-party in a fringe jacket and platform boots that look like they were borrowed from a Woodstock time capsule, and she comes over to thank us personally. She tells DingDing, "This is exactly what I wanted. You saved my party. Everyone's talking about the spring rolls." DingDing naturally deflects, offers her an extra bag of fortune cookies, and flees to the car. By midnight, the crowd is pretty mellow. The music's fading, and I'm lying in a beanbag chair, sipping a mystery cocktail from a brass goblet someone found at a side table. DingDing walks over, throws herself across my lap, and says, "We did it, didn't we?" And I say, "Why, yes, we did. And I never want to see another lump of molten lava floating around in purple oil as long as I live. You think you can arrange that?" "Shouldn't be a problem," she says. We loaded the van, drove home, fell into bed like soldiers returning from battle, scented, exhausted, vaguely covered in peanut sauce. The next morning, cardboard sign on the restaurant door, "Closed today, need to sleep. Thank you for understanding. Keep on truckin'. DingDing." That's it. No explanation. Just a glitter pen message and a heart doodle. And you know what? We checked the camera feed. The regulars respected it. No one knocked. No one yelled. One person left a small bag of rambutan fruit on the doorstep, like a tribute to a goddess of spicy noodles. So, what's the moral this week? Sometimes idiosyncrasies save the day. And I do mean sometimes. In fact, rarely. Not enough to make idiosyncrasies a goal, especially if those idiosyncrasies include hoarding. Because, friends, hoarding is still a disorder. It hurts. It isolates. It causes real damage. We know that. But on this particular moonlight disco-fevered night, that hoard was exactly what we needed. And we had fun. And we made a few bucks. So, if loving a hoarder means barreling through Beverly Hills in a U-Haul packed with beanbag chairs and belly dancer bling and incense stinging my eyes, well, I'm a keep on truckin'. Friends, if you had as groovy a time as I did, please like, subscribe, give 5 stars, or whatever flips your bippy. And I'll see you next time. I'm Chutney Whye, and this is I Love a Hoarder. Say hi, DingDing. Say hi, DingDing. Close enough. Close enough.